For 3 years, I worked with him. He wasn't the closest friend or someone I'd call after work, but we collaborated on projects, sat near each other, and exchanged casual banter. He was a bit strange, sure, awkward, disheveled, and sometimes gave me a weird gut feeling I couldn't shake. My husband even joked that if I ever went missing, he'd point the finger at this coworker first. I laughed it off, but looking back now, I wish I trusted my instincts. It was a September morning, a day like any other, until I pulled into the office parking lot and saw them. 10 detectives swarming the building. My stomach churned. This wasn't normal, not for our quiet workplace. As I got closer, I saw him, my coworker, handcuffed and looking even more unkempt than usual. My heart skipped a beat, but curiosity took over. I approached one of the detectives, introduced myself, and asked what was going on. "I work with him," I said, keeping my voice steady. "Is everything okay?" The detective's expression was grim as he explained why my coworker was being arrested. I can't share the details, but the crimes were vile, monstrous even. My blood ran cold as I tried to process the words. This was the man I'd shared an office with, the man I'd worked beside for years. For the next 3 hours, I watched them tear apart his workstation. They bagged evidence, took pictures, and scrutinized every item he'd brought into our office. Meanwhile, I was pulled into multiple rooms for questioning. They asked me about his personality, his habits, and my relationship with him. I told them the truth. He'd always made me uneasy. I even admitted that my husband and I had joked about his strange demeanor, never imagining how close we were to the truth. Then something strange happened. One of the detectives asked for my name, and my husband's. I hesitated but complied, assuming it was routine. Later, I realized how significant that question was. The final time they called me in, the lead detective couldn't even meet my eyes. His hands trembled slightly as he spoke, his voice low and hesitant. "You need to ensure your safety," he said. "In case he's not booked today." My chest tightened. "Why? What aren't you telling me?" He sighed, wiping at his face. And for the first time, I noticed tears welling up in his eyes. A detective crying. That's when he told me about the journal. For over a year, my coworker had been keeping detailed entries about me. He wrote about wanting to be with me, but saw my husband as the obstacle. His words revealed a plan, twisted, methodical, and horrifying. He intended to frame my husband for infidelity, to make me question my marriage and leave my husband. The endgame? My death at his hands. The detective's voice broke as he described the entries. The things he wrote in between, I can't even repeat them. It's the worst I've seen in my career. I sat there numb. A man I worked with every day, who smiled at me in meetings, who joked about office gossip, had been meticulously planning my murder. The thought was unbearable. Thankfully, the evidence was damning. He was charged and is now looking at a long, long time behind bars. But that knowledge doesn't erase the memories or the fear. At night, I lie awake, replaying every interaction, every smile, every casual conversation, wondering how I didn't see it sooner. You never truly know the people around you. Even those you see every day, your coworkers, your neighbors, could be hiding the darkest of secrets. Trust your instincts. I wish I had. If you found this story as chilling as I did, don't forget to subscribe for more tales of real-life horror. Stay safe, everyone.